Good afternoon and welcome to Travel Talk Thursday with Travel Time. For anybody new joining us, Travel Time is a full-service travel agency with locations in the US and Canada, and we offer our valued clients travel opportunities to create vacation memories. You can visit our website at traveltimetpi.com or reach out to us on any of our social channels with any questions that you have. We've organized these live broadcasts to bring you valuable information about what is happening in the travel world these days. We know it's been a very interesting time for the past year, and we are ready and willing to be able to consult with you about booking your next travel when your comfort level returns for travel. Today, we're joined by some of our friends from Sandals Resorts, and we're going to talk about groups specifically. And Travel Time TPI has also a private Facebook group where we provide hints and tips for Sandals and Beaches bookings and for your planning going forward. You can search for it on Facebook, Sandals and Beaches Exclusive Hints and Tips, and we would be glad to have you as a member. Today, we are joined by two of our Sandals executives, Sandra Brousseau and Omar Josephs, and we will chat with them about what is new and exciting in the travel world. Welcome, Omar, and welcome, Sandra.
Hello, Lois. How are you?
Very good. Excited about this chat today because the whole group's experience for Sandals and for Beaches is a very interesting one that brings a lot of value, a lot of additional benefits to clients, and whether that group is about a social event or a wedding, family reunion, there's many different ways why people travel in groups. And what we're seeing is that people will be more interested in staying within their bubble, as we call it, and traveling with people, that they're connected with, they spend time with regularly. So it's not all new encounters that they're having. So we think this group idea is going to be a very good one going forward. Omar, you're new to the show. Sandra has been here before and has shared with our guests and our audience in the past. But tell us about your position with Sandals and what you bring to the table.
Thank you, Lois, and thank you for inviting me, the new guy, to join you this blessed Thursday. It's pretty cold here in Toronto, but hey, what can I say? It's better than cold than snowing. So I've been with Sandals about 20 years, believe it or not, but I'm new to the groups department, and I took over this role last year, October, and I have to say it's quite interesting. There's so many things that happen behind the scenes in making, whether it be a social group, a wedding group, or an incentive group, or there's so much that happens. And I have to admit, at first I was a little bit hesitant, but now each week, each passing month, I get more and more excited, especially with the world coming out of we're still in a pandemic, but since the advent of COVID. It's
the light is at the end of the tunnel for us.
Yes, it's getting.
And we're very happy.
Yes. So I'm really happy to be representing groups and happy to get the opportunity to be talking with you today.
Well, groups are a very big deal to us here at Travel Time. We've been doing groups over the 15 plus years that we've been in the industry, and that is a big part of what we do. And we know that being creative with groups, which we're going to talk about here today, and how we bring value and benefit to our clients, is a very big reason why it's continues to be and will be a very good idea going forward for people to think of traveling in groups.
Yes.
I know Sandra has a few slides that she's going to do as a presentation that will show us some of the latest and greatest things that we have to consider, and then we'll come back around to just have a conversation about some of what is there. And also to remind our listeners, if anybody has questions as we go through, just type them into the chat and we'll make a note to answer them live if there's anything that we can assist with. Or you can certainly reach out to us afterwards via our social channels, as I mentioned. So Sandra, we're excited to see what you have in store.
Yeah. So I will share my PowerPoint. So it said stop sharing. I will share again. So There you go. Tell me if it works, Lois.
No, we're not seeing it yet.
No? Okay. I will try again. Oh, I must click on the PowerPoint. It will be better. So tell me if you are seeing something.
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you.
So first of all, I would like to thank you for inviting us today at your event, April 1st. So thank God it's April.
We should have done something really fun for that. We should have
Yes.
told everybody that they were going to Sandals for a free vacation or something like that. And then, hey, April Fools.
Well,
Yes.
well, they are going to Sandals. It's just not free.
Absolutely, yeah.
But just to let you know that today in Quebec City, it snows. So Omar, you're lucky. And Lois, I don't know if you have snow, but
It's chilly, but it's nice here. So we'll take it.
oh, lucky you. So I want to thank you again for inviting us. So today we will be talking about groups. But just before, I would like to introduce the protocol of cleanliness that we've made in place a year ago. So don't worry, all Sandals and Beaches Resort have in place platinum protocol of cleanliness. So we have a lot that we are doing right now in the resort. If you want more information, if you want to see the videos, you can go on sandalsorbeaches.com and you will see all the protocol, because we are already talked about that a few weeks ago. So I won't be in details, but everything is in place. So it's easy at the Sandals Resort to be social distancing, because it's already like this before pandemic. So now
Right.
with all the cleanliness, the protocol, it's okay. So
I'll just stop you there to talk about that for a second, because that's one of the questions that we're receiving is about the protocols in place at the restaurants and in the resort overall. And my response to clients that have asked me that is that I right now, with all of the things going on and the way it is in the world with the pandemic and so on, if I were to go on vacation, I'd be happy to go somewhere that has such clear protocols and things in place like Sandals. So that is certainly something that we can give people confidence that things have been researched and is being done according to the standards set out.
Yes, you're exactly right. And it's not big resort that we have up to 4,000 people. No, it's not that. It's little resort. We have distancing, social distancing. Each restaurant has our a la carte. So it's very easy to be isolated in our little bubble. It's the new world, the new world and a new world also. So just to let you know, a little wrap up on the Sandals Resort, that Sandals, it's for couples, for two people. We have 15 over the Caribbean, so in Bahamas, Jamaica, Antigua, St. Lucia, Barbados, Grenada. And also we have 3 beaches that it's for everyone. We have 2 in Jamaica and 1 in Turks and Caicos. And everything is quite open up to now.
Okay, so thanks, Sandra. Thanks. Now, I just want to reiterate on something you touched on earlier that was very, very important. And first and foremost, I want to thank all the viewers from all over Atlantic Canada and wherever else in Canada or maybe in the US that have joined this broadcast right now. This is truly something unique that you're doing, Luis. And so thanks for coming up with this idea. And I do take I find it very interesting when I listen to it in previous episodes that you have had. As Sandra mentioned, Sandals it's not a lot of all inclusives. They're like 1,000 rooms. Sandals is not that. The average Sandals is less than 300 rooms. So in a time like this, when people think about they want to go on vacation, but they do not want to go on a resort that is like very, very large, this is what makes Sandals the perfect locale for travelers to know that they're going to small, intimate resorts, whether it's a Sandals or it's a beaches, and there's not going to be mass congregation of anything there. As it speaks to traveling, you know, a lot of people say to themselves, or you may say to yourself, what is a group? And now you think of the word group, you might think of 200 people chartering a plane and going away. Yes, by definition, that is a group. But at Sandals, all it takes is 5 rooms. A group literally starts from 5 rooms at Sandals or beaches, and you don't have to worry about, oh, but I need 50 rooms or 100 rooms. Now, in trying to book groups, we have social groups, have wedding groups. You know, it could be a tennis group, it could be a pickleball group, and we'll go into that further into the discussion. But there are 2 types of groups. There's the group code, and then there's the contract group. And in a nutshell, to make it very, very simple for everyone, with a group code, it means that the lead person of the group, there's no financial responsibility or to Louis tied to that. You simply book one room, then another room, then another room, and each room is linked with a code. That is it. You have up to 45 days prior to arrival to pay up your money, and you have 31 days at which you can cancel without any penalties.
We make that a benefit to our clients in the way we do our social booking. So we'll talk about that after you've finished, to give an example.
Yes. And then you have the contract groups where you know for sure that you're going to have 20 rooms or 40 rooms, and you have your deposit. You want to take the rooms out right now, lock in that price before, just in case others are going to book into it. So that's the advantage. With the groups, and as you can see by the slide, you get all the inclusions as a regular person booking an individual room would. Now, if you have 10 rooms or more, you get a private photo session, a free photo. With 10 rooms, you get a private session where we give you hot or cold hors d'oeuvres. You also get a private dinner that comes along with the group, whether it's a social group or it's a wedding group. Next slide.
Yeah, I think it's good to know also, Omar, to tell the people that if they want to do a private session and they need audiovisual, AV something, it's free, huh?
Yeah. The audiovisual and the hospitality desk, all that is included. If anyone listening or watching wants to do an incentive group, then that's where you get the audiovisual if you want to reserve the meeting facilities, etc. And another great thing that is included for groups, we have this ongoing promotion where it's called the 6th and the 12th room free promo. So January to August, the 12th room is free, and from September down in December, the 6th room is free. So if anyone watching or listening is thinking of putting together a group for a travel next year or the 4th quarter of this year, then you may want to take advantage of this free room promo. Next
and
slide.
It's available at beaches and Sandals Resort, both.
Yes, it is. Yes, it's available at both Sandals or beaches.
I'll just speak to that too as we're going through, because when you talk contracted groups and you talk about these benefits, many of our wedding groups, for example, would be booking with, say, Air Canada Vacations or somewhere like that if you're out of Canada. And that is the preference in order to give a package rate, which is like fully inclusive of the air, the room, and everything. And a lot of times at the agency, we give people the choice. We give our couples the choice if they want that free space calculated into the price for everybody. And I would say 99.9% of our people want to do that because they want to keep the rates as low as possible so that they have more guests attending. So that works very well in our favor to do it that way.
Yes, for a lot of groups, instead of taking the free room, a lot of people do have it prorated across all the rooms, so they get an extra, whether it be $150 or $200 off, sometimes $300 off. And here are the inclusions. So if you're booking 5 to 7 rooms for a wedding, then you have 4 inclusions that you get, but then the more rooms you book, so the bigger your wedding party, it's the more bells and whistles, as you can see listed right here in this slide. Next slide. So yeah, as I mentioned before, so there's so many. A lot of people join tennis clubs. You know, they have a local gym. They join yoga. It could be, you know, they join a running room. But what is a fast-growing segment here in Canada? Pickleball. I'm surprised at the amount of people. Honestly, 4 years ago, I did not know the word pickleball existed. 4 or 5 years ago, I didn't know about pickleball. And now, since 2019, just before the pandemic hit, so many people are going away in groups of 5, or 5 or 10 rooms, going away to do their own little pickleball tournament. So, if anyone watching or listening, if you guys play pickleball and you realize that, oh my God, we can get all our friends together and book a small pickleball group through Lewis, this is your opportunity.
Golf is the other big reason for groups to travel as well. We get inquiries on that too.
Over to you, Sandra.
Yeah, thank you, Omar. Yeah, golf is good for group, but also diving. If you have a diving store next to you, it's all included. So I think we have a lot of inclusion. So it's good for groups. Also, we have the cancel for any reason. So I think it's good to always talk about it, because it's very interesting, Lois, with the 31st day and up. If you don't want to go for any reason, anything, you can cancel and have a full cash refund. So I think it's the word for this time of year, 100% cash refund. So I think it's very interesting to have that when you book and you can cancel. So we have a lot of promotion going on. We have the travel protection plan also that is included, by the way, in the package. And when we are talking about promotion, but we have nice promotion, Easter promotion for now. So if you are booking up to April 9, you will have a choice of catamaran cruise, candlelight dinners, spa. And if you book between the 10 and the 15, but you have a choice of a spa, credit combo, or scuba diving. And I know that Lois she's the queen of the searching all the promotion and all the things. So I can maybe let you talk about the 777 promo also included. So
I've earned the title hashtag promo stacking specialist. And I believe in giving good value to my clients. I like good value myself, and I know that they appreciate it. And I know that's one of the reasons why they come back to us here at Travel Time again and again. And one of the beauties of all of the promos is that many of them work together. Yeah. So I love this Easter one with a candlelight dinner and a $250 spa credit. That makes me want to go. That looks like experiences I would totally get to enjoy and would love. There is a weekly special every Wednesday. It comes out on Wednesdays, and every week there's 7 rooms that are an extra 7% off. That doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it does translate into a really good chunk of change that you get as a discount.
It does.
Yeah. Plus, it does combine with other things. And one of the ones we get to use the most is the anniversary discount. I absolutely love that discount. I have it booked on my own reservation for 2022 in a rendezvous at South Coast. Can't wait. But how that works is you have to have a copy of your marriage certificate that you send to us. Just scan and email it or take a picture of it or whatever. We upload that, and it gives you an equal to 1 night free. So that depends on how much your room is. It's not at every room across the chain, but it's on a number of rooms in specific categories. And we're certainly to decipher all of that for you and get it applied. But you're getting 1 night free. You're staying for 7, you're paying for 6, so the discount is equal to 1 night. Combine that with the room that is the 777 promo, and this week with that Easter promo where you're also getting a $250 spa credit and a candlelight dinner, and there's more. If you've been to Sandals or Beaches before, you also have a discount that can also be applied. If you're booking in the month of your birthday and you've been there before, that's worth $125. Who knew? So those kinds of things, we look for all of that every time we're looking at. When somebody says, give me a price on that, and I know I do have a pick of the week that I post every week, bringing the 777s into account. And if somebody sends me a message and says, can I have a quote? Well, I need a lot more information from you before I can give you an accurate quote. And that's why. I need to know your anniversary date. I need to know if you've been there before. I need to know your birth date. So all of that is taken into account. And that's how we get to be the promo stacking specialist.
You do a very great job at it.
It translates into great value for our clients. And that is a very good thing. I'm just going to take a look and see if there's no questions right now. So I'll stop the screen sharing.
Perfect. But it's a nice value. But I know if the people are asking for promotion, for price, you are the professional. You are the specialist, Lois. You are one of the top agents in Canada. So don't worry. Be very in confidence.
You're making me blush, Sandra. It's okay. So I got a few questions.
You're the professional.
What's that?
You're the professional. You're the pro.
Thank you. My whole team are all pros. The Travel Time team loves the product. We're looking forward, hopefully, to a trip to Sandals South Coast come fall. Fingers crossed on that one. But we already are dreaming about that. And one of the things about having a trip booked, and that's one of the things that my clients are saying now when we talk about these things, is as long as you have a flexible option, and as you mentioned about there being, a 100% satisfaction, confidence in booking and not being stuck with credits or a travel booked and paid for that you can't take, that won't happen here. And that's one of the things that gives people confidence. So as far as the protocols of cleanliness being there, we're confident on that. And we're also confident that people won't be stuck and therefore, not be happy with Travel Time because we booked them a trip and they had to change their mind for no fault of their own. And then they're stuck with that. So we don't like that position any more than our clients do. So we prefer to go with options that don't put us in that position. But as far as the whole group's experience, that is something that I think deserves a little deeper dive. And as far as I like that you talked about, in the contracted groups, because that relates to directly contracted groups, or it relates to, with a tour operator. So with Air Canada Vacations, and then being able to have whatever promos are applicable in free rooms or free space and that kind of thing, being able to have that calculated into like a real dollars amount for each of the guests.
Yes. And to add to that too, one of the things that we're also finding is now that, granted, we started out slow. We're with the whole vaccination process here in Canada, but it's better to be late than never. So the vaccination process is going along slowly, and every week it picks up a little bit more. Our phones are ringing off the hook. There's so much inquiries coming in now, and the bookings have also started to go up. So the one thing that I would advise people, if you're thinking about doing a group, and what I've also noticed, what is big right now in terms of bookings coming in, multi-generational travel. There are so many families where they're booking, whether it be 10 rooms or it could be 8 rooms or it's 15 rooms, because they want to take the extended family away, because it's now, this pandemic has made us realize that kind of travel it's a luxury. Tomorrow is not promised. So my advice to people is you should at least make a deposit, and
because there's no risk.
Yeah, exactly. Start with a group code. Start with a group code where mom and dad blocks their room, and then every room after that is just linked with the code until you get to whatever the magic number of rooms you want to attain for travel in December or travel next year, April, whatever you want to travel. Don't wait. Don't wait. Space is limited and prices will go up. That is guaranteed.
One of the things that I will share here about the group code, and this is a way that we've had great success here at the agency with using a group code. We often have like a number of couples traveling together, that sort of thing. And often, you know, if we have enough that we can make a group and there's a benefit, we don't really care how well they know each other.
Yeah.
Hint, hint. So we can put people together into a group. I hope that's okay to say.
You know, I was going to say it, but I'm like, you know what? Let me
leave it to me. Leave it to me. I'll say it. So that any way that we can, you know, that's why I'm called the promo stacking specialist. You have to realize if there is a way that is a benefit to our clients and makes it, you know, makes their vacation more meaningful, more enjoyable, or more feasible for them, we're all about that. Okay. So whether any of these things work, that's good.
So since the cat is out the bag, and since you went there, so I'm glad this is being taped that you went there. I'm going to let you in on a little secret for us here in the groups department. Right now, just about, I think it's about 22%. It's 22, I can't remember what the report said. About 22% for groups are booked exactly how you just said it. Where
okay.
they're
right
the same day, but they're not linked by family or they're not friends. They just happen to go into the same resort for the same duration of time. And then to the point you just made, once, let's say they're traveling between September and December, once they get to the 6th room, the 12th room, the 18th room, then that's where they see more and more savings.
Right. And the way that works is not really upfront. It's after the fact, right? So we have to know if we have 6 rooms booked and there is a benefit that we've told our guest about, we can't deliver that benefit until they actually travel.
Correct.
So it's after travel that they will receive a rebate based on the value across the number of rooms. So like we have some very, very excited clients going to Sandals South Coast in the fall, and tons of them. It kind of grew into like a couple of couples booking and letting friends know, and then there's like people at work know, and you know the fact that there is added value, even though we got like 777, some of them got anniversary specials, some of them got returning guest specials. Add all of that together, and guess what? After the trip, depending on what the value is, they could receive another couple $100 or even more as a rebate towards their next
times like this. I will never take a refund to my credit card. I mean, who refuses that? I will never refuse a refund.
It can be a deposit for a future booking. So
exactly. Yeah. And not only that, even for families traveling to beaches, one of the benefits, one of the inclusions you get once you're over 10 rooms is that we organize group activities. There's scavenger hunts and stuff. There's all that private. There are all these private functions that are included for travel to beaches when again to the multi-generational travel. So there are tons of benefits. There are tons of benefits, and it's definitely the way to go. Groups is definitely the way to travel right now.
One of the things some of our couples that have traveled like that in a social group before have really enjoyed is that they get to have a private dinner together.
Yes.
That's a really nice feature. Like whether they use it as a welcome once they, are all on board, but the more popular time is to do it the night or two before they leave to come home. It's commemorating the memories they've made together and just the whole experience.
Yes. Yeah. The 1 hour cocktail reception is also a highlight. And that is usually done the first night when everybody gets together, go over any housekeeping, et cetera, or maybe a friend or family you haven't seen in a long while. But you are correct. About 2 days before departure, that is usually the ideal night. Some people choose the last night to have the private group dinner, but yes, it's definitely a plus.
That last night, though, when you go back from dinner and you got that checkout envelope on your desk, I don't really like that day.
That's why we don't issue it on the last night anymore. It's the second to last night.
Take away that feeling of deflation.
We want you to enjoy your last night at the resort.
Oh, yes.
So I think we've talked about many of the benefits of groups. As far as the time in advance, and I know that there's a difference, and I see a difference anyway, of how far in advance is the ideal time if you're booking, whether it's a social group, a multi-generational group, or a wedding group. And for me, I see that people book wedding groups way further in advance than some of the other types of travel.
Correct.
I don't know if that's a general trend. I would expect that it is.
It is. Is that my end?
No, we're hearing you okay.
Oh, okay. I heard some like paper moving. Yeah. Now, yes, for wedding groups, yes, once the bride and the groom have announced their engagement and they've picked the date and the time that they want to get married, it's advisable to secure your wedding and also secure the rooms. With social groups, they're a little bit different because it's like, yeah, it will be great to have you kind of a thing. But with wedding groups, the bride and the groom, especially the bride, there are set people that she needs to have to celebrate this particular day of her life. So that's where most times it ends up being a contract, and we can book weddings up to 2 years in advance. You can block the rooms, or you can even start at 10 rooms. Let's say you know that you're going to have 40 rooms or 30 rooms. You don't need to give us the deposit all at once for everything. You can start from whether you want to start at 5 rooms or you want to start at 10 rooms, and then you slowly, incrementally grow on that. With groups,
I think it's to add also that we can block the date for the wedding.
Yes. The social groups as well. People don't necessarily block it 2 years in advance, but people tend to block that sometime 10 months in advance. And especially, again, I have to emphasize right now, we have so many small groups on the books for 2022. Before COVID, some people maybe 6 months, maybe 8 months out. People are now making their deposits 12, 15 months out. They know, and there is no restriction, especially with the group code. You just simply need to make that deposit on one room and then slowly book into it. People just need to understand that, let's say I book my room today, April 1, and my room is I'm just going to throw a figure out, it's going to cost $5,000 for 2 people. If Sandra waits 4 months to book her room, there's no guarantee that her room is also going to cost $5,000. So
or not even available.
Exactly, right?
Yeah, it may be not available, yeah.
Maybe sold out, right? So it's always best to make your deposit as quickly as possible with whoever the lead person for that group is or the main family member.
With the social group code too, people are, as long as it's at the same resort and over the same dates, they can choose any category that they want. So
Correct.
If somebody in the group code wants the highest category at the resort, they can certainly have it. But if there's other people and they want to go at a lower budget, choose a lower category price, they can certainly do that as well.
Yes, exactly. The only room category, and Sandra told me before this live session that everybody from Atlantic Canada, people, they want to spend and they spend big. So if anybody watching and listening wants to book into one of the over-the-water bungalows, those are, it's a flat $1,000 non-refundable deposit.
Right. That's the only instance of non-refundable deposit.
Every other category is refundable. Correct.
And maybe for a group or few over-the-water bungalow, you must reserve 2 years in advance because
that is the problem, actually. Anytime I've tried to research for a client for the overwater bungalows, like some people look at the price and say, oh no, that's not for me. But obviously it's for a lot of people because those overwater bungalows are sold out and booked out so early that you have to plan them well in advance or you're not getting them.
Yeah. The funny thing about it, I've heard some people say, yeah, that's not for me. And then they eventually book it, or when they go to the resorts that have these over the water bungalows and they see the guests in it, they realize that, oh my God, this is actually what is ideal for me. And I tell people, imagine you're at home, you have, there's COVID going on all around us, but you can still go into your backyard. You can still go in your pool. You can still go in your hot tub. You can have dinner on the outside under the stars. You have in excess of 1,800 square feet of space where there's nobody close to you. And so when you put that into perspective to realize that you're on vacation and it's literally, it's a villa. It's over the water, a bungalow where typically you're in a room block. There's somebody right next door to you. Sometimes if the TV's up too loud, you can hear the TV. There's none of that. No disturbances. It's just turquoise waters around you all the time. So you'd be surprised how many people realize that, wow, why didn't we just book that for 10 days?
Yeah, I know that even if they didn't think it was for them before they went, when they get eyeballs on it, it's on everybody's wish list for sure.
Yeah.
And anytime we show pictures of the overwater bungalows, that is certainly one drawing card that people on social media are drawn to for sure.
And we have had general managers tell us that sometimes when the guests arrive, they then come back to the front desk and say, are any of the bungalows available? Could we upgrade? We really would want it, but we're sorry, it's sold out.
Yeah.
You have to plan in advance.
Oh, yeah. Or you can have a split stay in case you want absolutely have 3 nights minimum and 4 nights or 10 nights elsewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. Anyway, I don't think we have any questions live on the chat right now, but we will answer any questions that come through to us, and I'm sure people who watch through this will it'll spark some interest in ways and means that they can get themselves to Sandals within the next year and get that vacation that they've missed out on during the pandemic, and well deserved for everybody, I'm sure, because we all need that vacation now.
Yes, agreed.
So I would like to thank both of you for your time and the information that you've shared here. I'm sure it's our listeners will find it very valuable. And I just want to mention again about our Sandals private group. We've decided that will be a very good way to keep people informed of the latest and greatest and best promos and all the different hints and tips that we can offer. And again, the name of that on Facebook, if anybody wants to search that, is Sandals and Beaches Exclusive Hints and Tips. So that's the Travel Time team will be putting that up there and keeping the information relevant and current as we go. And Omar, it was great having you on for the first time.
It won't be my last. Thank you.
We'll welcome you back. Sandra, thanks again. You're always such a support to our team here and the whole Sandals brand. We definitely feel that they've gone above and beyond for many of our guests with helping with changes and cancellations and things that we've needed to adjust. So that doesn't go unnoticed. We really appreciate it. So we say thank you.
Thanks for your support, Lois. Thank you very much.
And for anybody on the show, go ahead, Omar.
Thank you for inviting both of us. Thank you especially for having this feature be on groups. And I'd just like to leave with the listeners and the watchers again that don't wait. If whether it be for your family group or a bunch of a girls getaway, whatever that group is, you don't need to worry about, but we need 30 or 50 rooms. It only takes 5 rooms. 5 rooms, build on it. The group code is the way to go about it. There's no financial stress or responsibility on any room or anyone to do this. And no matter when next year or later part of this year you plan to travel, now is the time to start securing each room one by one. And there's only one person you can call. There's only one person. Oops, I'm pointing the wrong way. Yeah, there you go. There's only one person you can call. Only one person you can call to make this happen. So
the groups of family and friends is like a snowball effect. If somebody books it and lets others know, people join in. That's usually how it goes.
Perfect.
So for listeners on the call, feel free to reach out to Travel Time. Any of the team members here can help you with any of your Sandals and Beaches questions. And remember, you're talking to the promo stacking specialist. We can make sure that whatever your final total is the very best that it can be. And the experience is worth it, no matter what that is, for sure. So thank you once again. Thursday's Travel Talk has been fun once again. Thank you.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Thank you.